So that was the mayor they had a conversation with, right?
Yeah,
About about
the mayor, he was
about
getting interviewed.
about the drill music. So so boom. So this my question to you, cause
Hmm.
I don't really want to say no names, but they was saying that if they was to ban drill music, it would make matters worse, way worse than it is now. You feel like that's true? Like, oh, if they don't got no outlet to music, then they just all gonna be bundled up in that was what they were saying. They all gonna be bundled up in the projects in the hood, and it's gonna be worse. So what you think about that? You think they should ban it or they should, try to work it out?
All right. Well, I think they should ban it. They should ban it and restart it. Instead of drill music, they could call it like real music, where they can really test these dudes on really lyrical, like bars. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because like back in the day, hip hop was really like bars, and you really reading and picking up the dictionary. And they should put something in place where, you know what I mean, if you could write a hook in a song with no cursing and nothing destructive but constructive, then that should be the hit.
So
You know what I mean? Like really challenge them. Like, yo, if y'all really are rappers and craft to your skill, let's ban that drill music because it really instigates. Because you have to really look at what they're talking about. You know what I mean? If I listen to every drill song, I'm not gonna learn nothing constructive from it. You know what I mean? And you mentioned the dead people names and where you from, and you're gonna pull up, and nothing in that music is giving me any sort of like good information. Like, I never got nothing good. Like the only thing I got good from drill music was like the beat,
the
but
beat,
like the message and yeah, the message and the consciousness behind it
yeah.
is all just negative. Like you know what I mean. So if we could find them, another outlet for them. I think that's because they speaking like that from a financial gain, because that's what makes them money. With the streaming and whatnot. But they're the ones that can really change the message and the narrative. Because
Yeah,
they're the actual artists.
yeah. It seemed like now, um, it's about like the clout, like gaining the clout, and it seemed like to be successful in the music industry right now when you're young, is just to make music like that targets, that's like beef. It draws like a conflict
Yeah,
between two people. It's like it's like other the viewers, they watch that more than they would watch like
yeah,
a regular video, which puts, and I'm not defending them, but I'm just saying it puts the rapper in a bad position, because now it's like, yeah, you wanna make money, and you wanna make good music, but if you make good music that's not about violence, then nobody gonna listen to it. So, but
yeah,
and I
yeah,
get what you're saying too. You kind of gotta fight through that, because the what we see going on in the streets is
hmm,
unbelievable. So it's either you gonna involve and fix it, or I don't know. It just look like they it look like I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is a serious topic, and I'm not saying that they should
yeah,
ban it or not, whatever the case may be. But I just feel like they really gotta look into it, because every other day you hear something crazy like, oh, this person, that happened, this person happened,
yeah,
and it's like to the point where it's like, dang, like, and then it be innocent people too. It don't just be
yeah,
so. It, like, I'm gonna be honest, they gotta fix it, because if you just keep going in the pattern we going, is not going,
yeah.
nothing going,
It's
it's not
self
gonna change.
destruction. I think there was a song. I think in the late '80s or early '90s when they were saying like, "You're headed for self destruction." I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
way back in
Mm-hmm.
the day, and that's what's really what's going through today because the artists too, even taking on that position of entertainer, they gotta be, what I mean, mindful of what they're putting out there because
Yeah.
it's kids listening to that. 'Cause I can go back from when I was little, and I look back at the way how I used to behave coming up because I was grew up a little rowdy, but the music that I used to listen to really did play a toll on my behavior when I was out there. My whole consciousness. I was listening to D Block and G Unit, and yeah, I didn't know them physically, but that rhythm, that message that was in their head,
Yeah.
I was picking up. Their ways, the way they walk, the way they talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way I handle situations where I get upset. So it almost was like, I won't say instigating me, but it played
It's
a role.
yo. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't want to cut you off because you
Hmm.
you hit two good points. One was the age, like the kids that the youth that listen to it. But before
Right.
I get on that, I just you said something that's really interesting. You said not manipulate. It's like mind control, bro. Because you got to remember,
Yeah.
we we
Yeah.
we hearing this time and time, and you listen to the same song. You listen to these words. It's embedded in your like. You're gonna start acting it out pretty soon. It's like the radio, right? You know when the radio they
Right.
play a song that's bad and it's like that song trash. It's not really good. But then when they could play it 100 times, it starts to be catchy to you. You're like, oh, I like it now. You was
Hmm.
forced to like it because you heard it 50,000
So many
times.
times.
So you
All
right
the
about
time.
that. You talking about violence and you putting that
Yeah.
energy out. You that's what you're gonna get
Yeah.
back. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot of that energy going out. I'm not saying it's all
Oh
bad because
yeah.
I'm not saying it's all bad because hip hop did start from the streets, the gutter, talking about stuff you've been through. But I
Right.
feel like if you become successful, right? Excuse me. If you become successful, you get a million. You're a millionaire. You're not even a hood. You're not even living in the hood no more. Why you can't like talk about it in a good way now? Like, yo, this is what you got.
Right.
Like, I get it. Y'all talk about the Rolexes, the cars, the money, but y'all not really telling nobody how to get it. Y'all just it's just being
Hmm.
said, and it's they got to fix that. And then with the youth thing you touched on, the kids that's doing shootings and stuff, I be hearing crazy ages like, oh, 12,
Babies.
13.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like 12, 13.
Babies.
You know what I was doing at that age? I was doing backflips on a mattress, bringing the mattresses outside, bro, for real. So
Yeah.
it's like how you like, come on now, 13. Yeah, nah,
That's true.
we got to change it because we can't, the youth is the key, and if the youth is getting attached to that, then the future you already know is coming.
Yeah.
You already know it's
And
coming.
everything is gonna be like desensitized because now, before when you hear somebody die, you like, oh man. Now it's like, damn, another one.
Like
Like the public is getting like desensitized. Like this shit is about to
exactly.
become like the norm. Like someone dying. Well, and that comes with the behavior. Like there was a rapper who just got like a couple of rappers within like a 2 week span who just got shot,
Yeah,
and every last rapper they got guns in their videos saying how what I mean they will spin on blocks, and they rapping about people that's already dead and gone, and these people got family and loved ones and friends out there listening and watching people dancing and enjoying these songs. So there is going to be some type of
yeah, yeah.
emotional retaliation. You know what I mean? Because I can't imagine, God forbid, someone in my family dies, and then this person who didn't like them make a song like, yeah, yeah, he died. Bow! He shot him in his head.
Yes.
I might enter a different consciousness. Like, oh, really? You made a song out of this?
Yo, and that happened too. They were saying the same
Yeah.
thing. A mother, I think, she was saying something like, "Oh my, can y'all just let my son? It
Oh yeah.
happened.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
So
Yeah.
so so that's crazy. And I feel like, and not to really branch off too much because, like I said, I feel like that need to be a serious talk. I'm not saying they need to get rid of it fully, but something need to happen.
Hmm.
It need to be some change. But I wanted to is a topic I wanted to ask you about. So
Okay.
it's this whole street mentality and the whole mindset that street dudes have, some of whatever the case may be. But it was a topic that came up, and it was actually, I seen it on TikTok, right? I seen it on TikTok,
All right.
and and a guy said something. The guy was like, all right, he said the internet got it twisted. They was like, the internet think anything is snitching. He said, if I'm driving in a car, right, and I see my boy who a dope boy, right, and I pick him
Hmm.
up because he want to ride, and I give him a ride, and then the cops pull us over, and he throw the dope on the floor, and when the cops come and say, "Who dope is this?" He look at me, and I look at him like, we don't know nothing. And then he said he gonna say it's his dope, it's not mine. And he was like, that's not snitching. That's what he said. He's like, it's not snitching because I gave him a ride. He know it's not mine. He know I'm not like that. He threw it on the floor. He didn't own up to it. So I'm just. He said he just setting the this, he just letting them know what's going on. He said he not, it's not snitching. It's not his. He's not in the streets or nothing. But then when I post the video, a lot of people was saying, "Nah, that's snitching still. That's snitching." You should.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they was like you should. What one dude said? Actually, I got it. He was like you should know what you getting yourself into. If you don't want to be around it, then separate yourself completely. You shouldn't even give him a ride. But
Oh man.
it's kind of like it's kind of iffy because dudes be in the streets, right? But they don't they
Right.
be in, they live in the same neighborhood as you, but they not in the streets. So y'all could
Right.
be the same age, and like you said, it's kids 13, 14 in the streets. Now you telling me if this kid 13, he not in the streets, that kid 13, they not going. Some of them still gonna be friends. Some of them still gonna hang
Yeah.
with each other. So you telling me if they playing basketball together, and the kid come and start shooting at the God forbid the other kid that's in the streets, and the good one get hit, y'all saying it's his fault because he should have just stayed away. He's a kid. How they supposed to,
He's a
you know?
baby.
And even if he wasn't a kid, let's just say if they was grown and he got himself in a situation, I feel like me personally, I feel like the guy who threw the drugs on the floor. Come on, you can't own up to that. I shouldn't even have to.
Yeah.
I, I
That's part
shouldn't
of the
even.
game. He said he's supposed to say that's mine because you out there selling drugs, and you know who's selling drugs, who's not selling drugs, because you're mindful of the straight competition. You asking this man, yo, let me get a ride down the block, and then you dirty, and then the lights go off. All of a sudden, you in panic mode, and you want to throw this on the floor. Then you ain't really see this person as your friend. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Because it's all about the. To me, it's like the accountability. Like when I was growing up in the street and I was being like that, I knew who was like that and I wasn't around that was like that who wasn't just off of their social behavior. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got around dudes, I knew that was in school. I can't talk about certain things around him because that'll become a liability because he won't know how to react to that. You know what I mean? And I can't put him in situations where I know that there's a possibility that he might, I won't say flip, but he might have to do what he got to do because he got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, but
So,
this is not to cut you
mhm,
off. This is another thing though.
right,
There's times where dudes that have nothing to do with the streets, right? They get put in
right,
a situation because somebody told them to do it. Like whatever, it might be the littlest thing. Like yo, drop like the situation. Yo, you could drop me off real fast. Like
right,
you you want him to say first of all, and you know how they treat people who not I'm not gonna say a lame or a square, but people that's just regular go to work. You know how they be treating them sometimes. If he would have said
right.
no, they would have just they could have just I why don't I see you next time or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm,
He could be scared. He could
mm-hmm.
or it could really be a friend that he grew up with. So I feel like it's crazy, but you gotta own up to that. If you really in the
Yeah,
streets, you gotta own up to that. Like
yeah,
that
absolutely.
if the cops say who drugs is this, I shouldn't be looking at it. He shouldn't even have to look at you. You should automatically be like, nah, that's my officer. That's mine. He ain't got nothing to do with
Funny
that.
thing, funny thing you said that because I was in a situation like that a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and this is even after, and I'm gonna say it on here. This is even after I made a change in my life. Like you know what, I'm not doing nothing legal no more because I got children. Excuse me, and I'm over 30 years old. So now the family member came to pick me up, and I asked him, "Yo, is your car's dirty?" He said, "Nah, man, we good. The only thing I got on me is some Hennessy." I'm like, "All right, cool. As long as you're not drinking and driving, you're cool." Now we're driving around. We get to a certain area. Next thing you know, the flashing lights come on. First thing he goes, "Oh, oh man, damn, I got this on me." So
So
I go,
wow.
"Why did you? Yo, what are you doing, man? I asked you." But within that moment of straight consciousness, that's why I like to talk to certain people and let them know that because where I'm from, I was taught that this whole game of hustling and whatnot is this a social trap to get you underneath a financial take with who's actually producing this behavior. So I immediately I'm like, you know what? I have to do the unthinkable socially. So when the cop stopped the car, he's like, "Yo, I got it over here. I got an ounce of marijuana." This is before marijuana was even legal. I'm like, "Yo, nigga, you gonna have to take this L." He's looking at me like, "You can't say that." But I'm looking at him and letting him know that I'm serious because I know that misery loves company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You lied to me just so you can lower my defense, and you want my friendship, and you like my energy. But you're not respecting the fact that I have a family. You know, I
Exactly.
got to go to
Exactly.
work and whatnot. You just worrying about being cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't take that risk.
Yep.
So the law enforcement came. They brought outside the car. Hey, we got a warrant. It's just, the cop came in the car. He said, "Hey, listen, I smell it. Where is it? Because if I find this shit, I'm charging you and him equally." I
Wow.
said, "You know what? It's right here." Boom. He looked at me while he's standing outside the car getting the handcuffs, and I pointed at him. This is his. Cop was like, "All right, cool." Took it, told me to get out the car. They searched the car. They took the car, and they let me go, and they took him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone around was looking at me like, "Yo, man, he told." I was like, "Hey, listen, I didn't do shit, and
Hold
I'm
on.
not going to jail." Mhm.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. If there's anybody out there, right, that's gonna say
Right.
you was in the wrong, they I don't know what to say. They bugging. How
Hey,
you
they in a different consciousness.
you asked them like, yo,
Yeah.
you got anything on you? Cause I ain't even trying to get
Hmm.
involved in nothing like that. This your
Yeah, I'm
family
giving you the heads up.
at the end of the day. This your family. So
Yeah.
you like, yo, is you know, it don't matter if you saying, oh, you shouldn't have been around. That's your family. You gonna be around family regardless. That's why you
I mean,
asking
yeah,
them.
exactly.
That's why you asking them,
Exactly.
yo, you good? You got anything on you? He like, nah, I
Right.
ain't got nothing. Cops come. Now he like, now he
I,
just he don't want to take the blame. Come on now. You can't
yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
you can't sit here and tell me that he ain't wrong for that. Or you good. You in a clear by far. Like it shouldn't even be a
Yeah.
question. It shouldn't even be
Trying to
questionable.
set me up.
Yeah.
You know,
It shouldn't even be
I'm
a
not trying to
question.
take off my shoelaces at this precinct and go downtown and get my picture, get violated, eat when they tell me to eat, and
Question.
all this craziness.
Quick question. What do you win, right? When you take the rap for it, like when they be like, "Don't snitch," like say that situation, you would have took it and you would have went to jail when you came back home. What you win for that? What you get for that for doing that?
Yeah, oh, just social acceptance to prove that I'm a criminal with other criminals. That's it.
So you'll get nothing really.
You don't get no gift. You don't get a reward. You come back to your neighborhood. Yo, we got stopped. We
They don't
got
put the
caught.
basketball in your name or nothing. Like you don't get anything.
Nothing. Nothing. I don't get the sign on the street. Saying this is my street
Oh.
now from the city. I just get I get the hoorah with everyone else with a record. Oh, you
Oh
didn't tell.
man,
That's good. That's what's up. You got another arrest. Good. Another court date.
that's
And that's
crazy.
what they're trying to put in our culture. They trying to they trying to the social media to me right now is trying to put our identity and culture with violence and all these type of decisions of gangster and snitching and those snitching. We copy that type of behavior from the mob.
Yeah.
Like there was a group of people before we even got on the scene with hip hop. There was a group of people that operated like that, and
Mhm.
we're just copying them.
Yeah.
It's just that what I mean. It's just that it's on a bigger scale now. But our people got to do. We really learn our history. Like how I learned, my behavior changed immediately because I was once a racist person walking around asking a dude, where you from,
Yeah.
calling him nigger,
Yeah.
attacking him and whatnot, and that behavior came from another group of people, and we just happened to pick it up. So once I learned what I was doing, I was like, oh wow, I can't continue to act like this. It's a good thing that this information came across me because it would have got worse. Because once you out there, you selling drugs and you gang banging, people treat that as a religion, especially if you don't got, an internal family.
Yeah.
You probably grow up poor, you don't have, your mom, your dad, your certain uncles that influence, and you drift away. And you drift away towards the streets,
Yeah.
there's substance and there's a whole different lifestyle just waiting for you. You know what I mean? But, we got to, I hope that a lot of us can be there and give our opinions when these people sit down and they talk about the drill music and whatnot. Like, if the drill music is going to continue, all right, cool. Use the finances to now open up development centers in every housing project in New York City. So
Oh
where
yeah.
the youth can go there and utilize their time and listen to drill music. You know what I mean? Because if drill music, the money is going to finance that, then it should be done. It should be done properly. Stop buying Rolexes and Pradas. Get a community center where these kids can learn boxing. You know, uh, uh, some type of playful sport, or just driver's license, CDL programs. These people can, these rappers can actually fund that.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, throw a block party. A real good
Yeah,
one. Free gifts.
they need.
Because if we don't, because like when a lot of people die, oh, he got shot in the head and whatnot. Well, look at
Yep.
what we laugh to. Look at what we, when we go to parties, look what comes on. Words are spells, and when these words, these seances, these people rapping about dead people and what they're gonna do, and it happens in real life,
Hmm.
you shouldn't be, oh man, this should happen again. Nah, it's in the air. Even me, I like a lot of certain drill songs, but I gotta catch myself, and
Yep.
I'm saying like, all right, okay, I know what he just it sound hot, but the message is fucked up.
I don't
You
think.
know what I mean?
And, and you know what's crazy? I don't think it's a lot of people out there who, because I'm one of them too. Like I remember I used to listen to it a lot too. I still do listen to it, to be honest. I still listen to it,
Right.
but I remember there was a time when I'm like, dang, I think this music is affecting me in a negative way. Like sometimes when I listen to it, I'll be on go time. It puts you in a
Yeah.
different state of mind, and I had to
Yeah.
catch myself and be like, nah, I gotta like slow down with it. But then what I
Should
did
raise your blood pressure.
exactly what I did with it is I only listen to it when I'm working out now. So all that
Hmm.
built up energy goes straight into my workout, and then after that, and that's not even all the music I listen to. Sometimes I just listen to beats with sound, no lyrics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta and if somebody out there say, oh nah, they don't do that to me. If you serious, if you see, you can't, some people can't see it. Some
Yeah. They don't see the twist.
I ain't gonna say it happened to everybody, but at least 80% of the people who listen to it on a daily basis is affecting them. You
Hmm.
can't tell me it's not. Matter of fact, the proof is in the pudding. Look at the news. Look at it.
Yeah.
You could look at
Absolutely.
it. Look at what's going on. What you gonna say? It's not everybody just not bumping into somebody and got drama. Sometimes people
Hmm.
state of mind be, it be in a bad place,
Yeah.
and the
'Cause-
music is one of the reasons sometimes. So that's why they got other different music when they be like, oh, this is just good music, like good music, just make you want to
Right.
chill. Every music, all music is not like that, but that's why they gotta, the drill scene. They really gotta sit down and they gotta go over it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Because I remember once drill hit, shootings just went up.
yeah,
Once
hmm,
the Bronx rappers started coming around, then you see on the news, oh, there's three people shot here, and then songs are just being released, and then drill songs, and then actual drills are happening in real life.
exactly.
Like, and I would like to sit down with those rappers and explain to me how does your rap lyrics does not instigate the actual real kid that's out there without no finances
Hmm.
and dealing with those signs and repping the neighborhood and whatnot when you're in the studio.
Yeah,
And these kids are 14, 15, they're from a certain project. You got another projects talking about their project. So now they're forced to go to a big homie, hey, you got a gun? I don't want to walk around here. And then the ops come over here. You know what I mean?
hmm,
And it's all these things, all these terms, ops, get backs, and and real people are using them in a real life conversation. It's not just staying within the song.
yeah.
That's why I would like to challenge them. Make a song like walk down the street, I don't own nothing. Call the store, I don't even see me in there, I don't own nothing.
That's
Yeah, we don't own no buildings, we don't own a bus stop, we don't have
that
nothing going on as a whole.
that right there. 100% agree with you, like, cause look, even down to like you could go back 10 years. The bodegas, it
Oh
wasn't owned by
yeah,
black. It wasn't owned by black people. So
right.
you right about that. They need to stay. Yo, buy the community back then. You got all this money. Buy
Yeah,
buy the community. You could trust me.
right back.
All them stores that's abandoned, y'all could they could easily. And
Hmm.
this not a and I want to say this because I don't want people to think that we doing like a blame game and we trying to blame.
Right,
Nah, it ain't that. It's just we want to fix it. That's why we talking about it.
right.
It ain't about
Yep.
blaming nobody. We want to fix it because like I do the you know the web series and all that stuff, and you know it's
Right,
violence in it too, because
right,
that's what we see. But it's a bigger picture when we do it. It's about showing people scenarios so they can learn from it and better themselves
correct.
from it. And we give the message. We give the message at the end of the show so that people can learn, not just see somebody like some money, some drugs. It's not
Yeah,
just about
someone
that.
committing crime,
Yeah.
all this other stuff.
So you gotta have a
Absolutely,
message.
bro.
Gotta have a message to it. And what you said
Hmm.
is true too, cause I feel like the whole like you said, the system, the way it is, the way it's built, is either if you get in it, is either you gonna get locked up, go to jail, or
Right.
you God forbid you get killed or something. And
Yeah. Be a victim of it,
it's
for
it
real.
like how do this is what I understand. I understand the payoff is big, but I don't understand how you like the consequence. Like if somebody was to tell you like, all right, boom, listen, I'm gonna give you get in this lifestyle, right? You're gonna make a lot of money for 5 years, but then you're gonna get locked up for 15. Or you're gonna make a lot of money for 4 years, but then you're gonna get shot. Or I don't wanna say it like that so harsh, but sometimes you gotta say it like that. You gotta look at the situation. You don't think it people I'm pretty sure there's a million people out there that wanted to just be like, you know what, working this 9 to 5 is too hard. I wanna get this fast money. But they
Right.
that fast money ain't always that good money. So you gotta know,
Hmm.
you gotta understand the difference and learn when you gotta be like, you know what, it's not that's not for me. I can't be. I'm not doing
Right.
that. So
Yeah.
that's the message. Like I feel like if you've been through that, you should be informing the youth like, yo, trust me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad I'm out the situation that I you know what's crazy? I seen a podcast but it was with Future, right? And he was talking
Hmm.
about how, and this is kind of a little bit off topic, but he was talking about how rappers be saying, "Oh, I don't care about rap. This not where I get my money from." And he like, "What? That don't make no sense. This is where all of us get our money from." So
Wow.
with that being said, I want people to, the rappers should say like, what I was doing before wasn't it. Like this is what's really getting me the money. Like what
Right.
I'm doing now.
This is what's feeding your family.
Exactly. Not all that negativity. Like is the I'm pretty sure. Um, and I said I wasn't gonna say no names, but I want to say a name only to give him a little bit of props because I know Fabio was speaking to I think he met up with the mayor, right? Or the
Okay.
yeah, and his music right now, like he got a few songs on the radio that's not really,
Right.
it's not about no, it's not really violence, bro.
Okay.
It's just good. So I do see. That's why I said I feel like they gotta talk about it because they can make music without talking. They without the guns and the murders and
Yeah,
all
we're
that.
not talking about the dead and stuff like that.
Yeah, you say a little bit of you say some street. You put a little bit of street in it, but they could definitely mix it up. Like they got skill. They could do it. So it's just about
Yeah.
executing it. It's executing
Yeah.
it.
Talk about relationships. Yeah. This constant murder because from what I've seen, it's only affecting the hood. Like, I don't see like like the white picket fences. I don't see no drive-bys going on down there. No, you know what I mean? No, nobody running down where where the suburbs is at. You know what I mean? Normally, sometimes in American history, I mean, they would stop it once it affects those neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But once it's just staying in our community, they let it rock. You know what I mean? And then I have to think about the
Yeah,
actual producers, the people that's releasing the music. Like, yo, did you hear what this guy said? And you're about to put this shit on the radio?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know what label it was, but I seen Bobby Smyrda when he was performing when he got signed, and I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest. All the people he was in front of, like he was rapping his lyrics. And shout out to Bobby
Hmm.
Smyrda. He doing his thing now. He definitely changed a lot.
All right, shout
He's
out to
definitely more
Bobby.
focused. But I see it was no people of color like that was in that room besides him. Like all the owners, not
Wow. See?
So it's like they not living here, so they really don't know. They
Yeah.
know, but they not here, so they just
Right.
ignoring it because it's not in their neighborhood, so they ain't gotta really.
Yeah.
We hear about a whole bunch of stuff that happened overseas, and it's crazy, but sometimes it don't hit us as much because it's not home, and that's the
Right.
problem with just the world in general. We got to start
Mm-hmm.
like paying attention to everything, and I just think it's just it's crazy because we just everything is get swept under the rug. Everything's swept under the rug. They're not
That's true, bro.
yeah, they're not attacking it like they're supposed to. Like you said, I know they hear the lyrics, they hear what they saying. So why not why not make a difference? Tell them like, yo, your next album, it got to be like this. This amount of songs got to be
Yeah,
positive. This amount of songs
right,
you could do what you do. Yeah, they can
right.
switch
Give
it
and
up.
take. Yeah, give and take with it. You know what I mean? Because it's too much bullets flying, and the way we looking as a whole, like again, back to the guy who's not in the street, but he may look street, right? And he may have a good job. He may be walking around his building or office, and the people from a different culture, they might look at him and associate him with that. And
Yeah,
really, he just has the look. But now
yeah.
he's socially victimized because he's guilty by association or just by his race. There goes that black guy. He talks different. He's not. Yeah, but he's still. He has look how he looks.
But that
You know.
you know what's sad about that? That's on both ends of the
Hmm.
field. The the police do
Correct.
that, and street dudes do that. Street dudes to see
Correct.
somebody from a project from a certain area that they got problems with, and they attack somebody that they don't that has nothing to do with the beef, just because he looked like he could be one of the dudes
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and same thing with police. They racially they profile you based off just your skin color, what you wearing, and they're just like, oh, I think that's him right there. And then all it takes is you to
Yeah.
be a little bit aggressive, like, oh, what you, because you ain't do nothing. So it takes you to
You
be a
ain't do
little bit
nothing.
aggressive, and then they just take it beyond, in both ways. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. So it's not even safe for the regular dude, and that's what people sleep on a lot. The regular dude be having it tough, cause they not
Yeah.
they not in the streets, so they can't defend
And I
themselves
industry.
against somebody. Yeah, they can't defend themselves against somebody who from another neighborhood coming at them. They just looking crazy, like, oh, like
Yeah.
what's going what I do? What's going on? And then what
Yep.
happened? And they ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Nothing.
Casualties of war, man. That's the sad part about it. Back in the late '60s and the '70s, when the whole Bloods and Crips started in Los Angeles, that's exactly what happened. They were killing people just off the colors at first. So a
Mm,
lot of innocent dudes who just like to wear red or just to wear blue, those dudes who was walking around just killing people just based off the color. And those dudes wasn't even real Crips or real Bloods.
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
from
yeah.
see, mhm.
I remember. Yeah, I remember when you
Yeah,
couldn't wear a certain color.
yeah, you couldn't wear no red, no blue, or you know what I mean. That's it. You're gonna become a victim. And I think what we're doing here should be done as a whole. Like it should be more black people really coming down, coming together and figuring out this issue. You know what I'm saying? And putting together a really solid plan.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? To really, to minimize it because, what I mean? You're right. That's it's a give and take. All right, you guys could do two drill songs, but come with the positive note.
yeah.
Come with this. Come with that.
Yo,
What I mean? Don't just have this one thing.
you know what's crazy? The thing about it,
Hmm.
when they come out, hold on, let me turn it up a little bit. When they come out with this music, right, and they come out with like an EP or album, to be honest, it's rare when all their songs is fire, right? Every single song. So look, if you're gonna have songs that might not be that good anyway, take those songs out and put a positive song in there because it can't
Right.
hurt you. The song that you know is gonna pop, keep them. Keep those songs. It might be some drill song, keep them. But then the other few songs that you're not really too sure about, switch it up. Switch it up. You
Switch
might
it up.
it
Yeah.
might work for you. You never know. It
Yeah.
might work out for the best for you. You think radios ain't gonna want to play something positive? They go, trust
Right.
me. I'm pretty
Especially if you
sure.
got bars.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Ebro and I'm pretty sure these radio stations are gonna play something positive. I'm pretty sure if you come out with
Hmm.
and it's good, of course it can't be no just anything, but put some work into it, and
Right.
definitely I think that'd be good. But yeah,
Nah,
man.
cool. I hope this get out to the right ears, and
Yeah,
they can take, what I mean, what we're saying and learn from it, and put some ideas in it, man.
facts,
Because
facts.
it's the youth. I got daughters, I got sons, and I don't want them to be victimized because they got on a certain Adidas hoodie
Mm-hmm.
and a wrong hood, and somebody may think, they spraying their block. And really, they just go into their cousin's house.
That's
You
it.
know, I've been approached plenty of times. You know, what I mean, traveling, New York City through different projects and just walking, dudes just, and sometimes